Hello, Lynda Meikle here, your garden coach. And today I am here with my good friend and client, Charlie, and we're in her garden talking about a less toxic way of gardening. The chemicals that we use, the pesticides that we spray on our plants, the fertilizers that we use in our lawn really affect our environment. These chemicals that we're using are highly soluble in water, and the runoff from our yards ends up in our creeks, our rivers and our oceans. Also, it's threatening our aquatic life and the quality of our drinking water. So Charlie, I understand that you have sprayed in the past. Can you tell us a little bit about?
Yes, I started spraying in 2004 and I quit last October 2011. So this was my first spring and I didn't know what to expect, but happily what happened was that spiders were not being displaced and coming in my home. I had hardly no cobwebs, and the interesting thing was that I've got more of a balance in my yard now than I've ever had before. I've never had ladybugs before, now I do. They take care of the aphids. My roses don't have any problems with bugs at all. I also have a dahlia that I planted 3 years ago, and each year it would struggle and struggle and it wouldn't grow, it wouldn't grow. This year, this is the first year, my dahlia is larger than my lily, which is right next to it. Not only that, it has hardly any bug bites at all. Hardly at all. I am so excited, and I just found a little bud. So the dahlia is very happy. I just noticed that everything in the yard has a bit of a balance that it didn't have before, and the sprayers would give me a report and say, well, you had 3 black widows, one was here, one was here, and one was here, and that would make me think, ooh, I gotta keep spraying because I have these problems. When in fact, they're not problems at all. I also had a garden snake, and I think that he was killed in the spraying. And now I'm very sad because I wish with all my heart that my snake was back, because he took care of all the snails on one full side of the yard. So I'm done with spraying, and I'm glad to hear about what you have told me, because I had no idea that it was so detrimental.
Thank you for that, Charlie.
You're welcome.
I do want to reiterate what Charlie said. When you spray and when you put fertilizers, heavy fertilizers in lawns every week, and you're spraying indiscriminately for pests that are on your plants, on your roses, it does create an off balance in the garden, and beneficial insects do get affected by that. So therefore it gives the chance for ladybugs to hang around and eat aphids. Another less toxic way is putting eggshells down in like vegetable gardens. If you don't want to put anything for snails and slugs, dried eggshells, or you can do a spray in a spray bottle, and you do soap and water. So by taking a spray bottle and taking ivory soap, 1 part ivory soap to 9 parts water, you can do your own spray, and that will get rid of aphids in the much more gentle way than spray. So Charlie, what advice would you give others out there that are still spraying on a routine basis?
It's interesting because I saw some people spraying across the street, and I thought about that, and I think it might be the first time that they have sprayed. But what happens is when you're spraying is you get into this little cocoon, like this is the only way it can be, that my yard will never be as healthy without it being sprayed. And you've got to somehow be able to break that cocoon so that people will understand that if you let nature take its course, it's going to be a lot better. Not only for your yard, but for, as you said, the whole environment.
Right.
So I think my advice would just tell them, stop spraying, come and look at my yard. You will see that it doesn't make that much difference.
And that's what we're trying to do today, is just give people an option, and to let them know how bad it is for the environment, the health of the planet. you know, our children and our pets are playing on the lawns. We're spraying and fertilizing heavily, so just to give people another option. So please check out my website, outervisiondesign.com. Also, we're posting a few websites that you can go to get more information about a less toxic way of gardening for your family, pets and children. Lynda Meikle here, your garden coach.